上节就老师就上秋报道大年小松节，大概去节节别做那，老老百姓上前找吧说，上节就到处就说，上秋报道大年小松节，大概去节节别做那，老老百姓上前找吧说，上节就到处就说那，上秋报道大年小松节，大概去节节别做那，老老百姓上前找吧。说啥也别去说，也没多长这里给的就，上节看到明天别话演着看到他演的笑，大爷另外也从同学就算给从节日前面这怎么跟从去被错去，六爷老年老妈也当跟着从那边都叫安个演的，到了现在了，也当过了那没这，你呀大呀。没也是叫上也是那你们那你就打你看那个，我把现在说你们老那看也当看起来你别去这些说都一个人把这把看一，得到大家打把当别过去，特别是年轻人这些，他到那边没当没忘记样，我当家家老师确实说了说。而且从把说都经第一句就完的那个阶段没去那，也得家庭也得这些设备，等就把等些完的了，就都这些句吧。对那边那家给他觉得也没变，安排当年了吧的了，特别说那些，对比今年就业前面了，到了学业从那这些，就那啥了这些，刚才那个这个讲那一点是，那么把那个小娃小娃因为天天让他上班去，就那去上去送他小娃那得了的，那把下也的，那么了也跟到老当年也给人说那他们也跟，我给这张了介绍把他这个都打。确定多年年前所动这个了，切切身体刚切定，上了班嘛，等着叫做了，说完，也的人就说，但你这一说着汤气，你对吧？现在讲吧，本个爸爸泸州汤，这是吧？他们你讲浪水钱包，哪怕汤气这边上这边小出去出路，小不从今浪说那边人把汤钱马上还没吧，对吧？上去Lamrim Chenmo给我打电话，上去啥这边去呢？刚下班去去，但在那边，两个那么中高班这边这边，你上去Lamrim Chenmo的，你觉着茶厂真的，来东北3年，上这个啥个不等人吧，人吧，让茶厂嘛，马弄啊，个人马出吧，吃了没吧？我等着去，等你去中高班这边张药吧，我等着，在那边Lamrim的。他觉下出对白人那小波穷人给去过，小波真给去过，小波钱币去过，我是送去的。他带送去那呢，当他告诉爸爸的小波穷人去过的，他小波穷人去过得了呀，等你连着些吧是得了。他连着些吧，看对了呀，连当这不是用的，你哪边来浪做？你隔壁来浪做是得着，他哪边来浪没给我做。没给我觉得看看嘛，些差不多的些菜一节了，没给做不得出来呀，你他切虫看着有没，对吧？切虫，他等你第一做不得了呀，你他看着有没有？他第一个看头的，他没给一个来个做不得了呀，他等到他南平跟着不，具体跟着不，他大平着不是他盯着送下用的，他南平跟着不的，看看学茶着不的，但的那具体跟着，他大平着不写啥看头的，的嘞，他大平着不的看着人是呢，大平着不，俺跟着不念书了，所叫吧，现在经济的就啥都当买当，这不拉说，土穷娃当，宁巴当，女巴当，我多穷娃当。你就感谢联系别世界别才嘛这个7万多万当说的，当个人做适当的单纯生活的，听不懂老学下去，单纯记忆的，听不懂老学下，张林第一多个啥有过了这样，俺让从张林第一多个罗用个，单纯生的，俺张林第一多个罗。当不吃饭的时候，他忙不来，罗没把吃饭这个把，罗的这个，他下完俺们给把忙不给那个。来讲个习听个，你当这是话等藏林的主了，当藏林的多了，等你看嘛，你嘛三千个电脑呀，老学看个，你三千得做，帮着一定讲，他哪让做，他当他小娃老丢了，我听着的，俺藏不林的大把的信仰给当着也去，他电脑里呀，面色给他进藏林能一那样，你啥吃藏的啊，啥吃西了，听见。 Zangye, and Ramin Hasso do, te Yang Sanche Tenoge, Soken Yitsuki, Dante Seva Chanya. Tende Yindu, Tangarazo, Shawan Hamalia, Socho Mombo, Che, Yinza, Socho Lege, Dante Telia, Shin Hujin Jene Tole. And Sarge Tunji Yinaya, Telia, Ni Nupashita Medican. Kala Mombo Sanaya, Telia, Zopurishita Meki, Chumeke. 동화 이나야 동화 때를 주매봐 뉴바 매봐 근데 매때서 이나 매 가서 사바 이나 매 때려야지 나사는 팬톡이 뉴바 매봐 시당 매 시부 장부 야부 이나야 야라라 소소래야 사요데 매회게 되는 이바 아니 신도라서 바시 이네 뉴바 총아 아니 지 총란조 추셔라고 아니 또다 뉴바 총가 아니 사바 이나야 소소소벌이 좀 가보다 된데 진 마차 카케게 야 사주도 동주도 매이나요. 야 나차 연다 접을 샤라서 어 된지 제는 된지 중앙에 단지세 아니 된지 제인데 세사동 먼저 아니 칼라상에 된지 돈이 알아서 생체돼서 뭐 제게도 채마제지 힘을 잠블링게 메테서 시당 제바이나 러자하제 되게 라우지게 조포게 주차데 된지 지어서래 이나야 알아서 시기 코유 아니 소수기 트레테 어다 된지 단지게 안게 아니 로 마우주 조전내서 선주 주자가 아니 지 된지 자주 된저 어다 힘들고 된지 제일 힘들어 돼서 당시 아니 단지게 돈을 잔디여래서 어때 소주비게 단지게 돈 어때지 주인나
Lasogila. So, Kishla just started the classes, and he started with the from the verse from the lines of the Lama Tsongkhapa, where it is like here the teaching I will explain is how fortunate beings are led to the Buddhahood by the way of the stage of the path to the enlightenment that contains the key point of all the conqueror scriptures are the pathway forged by the two great trailblazers, Nagarjuna and Asanka, and are the system of supreme being progressing to the state of omniscience and fully comprise all the stage practice by the three types of person. So here Gishla has mentioned with the starting of this those lines, he started that the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa, this teaching, the great stages to the path of enlightenment, where it is mentioned about the stages to the path of enlightenment, where the text has mentioned without any mistake and without the mistaken with the sequence. There's no mistaken in the sequence, and also like there's no absence of any topics. All the topics are fully covered, and also like all the meanings are already there. So they are present in this. Buddha's teaching, all the meanings of the Buddha teachings are already present in there. So in the text of the great path to the enlightenment, in this there's a mention of the three important topic is present in there, which is about the topic regarding the three important the stages where it is like three types of the stages practiced by the three types of person, which is mentioned in here. In this, among the three types of person, we are continuing the current topic we are at right now is under the first one. The first time is the type of person with the lower type of person, the who are to the stages to the enlightenment. In this one, the current topic is related to the concept of the karmas and its effect. So Kishila has mentioned already taught regarding the what is the karma and its effect, and how like what are the types of the karmas. There are 10 virtuous karmas and 10 non-virtuous karma. You can say 10 virtuous white karmas and 10 non-virtuous black karmas or deed action. And in terms of the 10 non-virtuous karma, he have already mentioned in each non-virtuous deed in detail. He has mentioned each by each, and now he is also continuing. He is also, and from last class he was mentioning about effects. Like if you are doing some non-virtuous effect, what are the effects of it? In this effect, he has already mentioned regarding the effects of the there are three effects in which he has already mentioned the effect of fruitational result. What are the fruitational result or ripened result? Because if you do some non-virtuous deed, which is in Sanskrit it is called vipak phal. So he have already mentioned about it. And in the last class he has mentioned regarding about the concurrent effect. Like they are like concurrent experiential effect and concurrent actional effect, which is already mentioned. So today we come with the third effect, it is called as an effect of environmental effect. Like if you do some non-virtuous action, then what will be the environmental effect? So here mentioned that here from the non-virtuous action of killing. So normally, what is the environment effect? So here say like Gishla has here said that due to our past karmas, there's people who will get their own environmental effect beside the fruitational and beside the concordant effect. There will be the environment effect. So like there's a concept of like journal effect, which is called the effect which you have to enjoy by the journal people, like with a group of people they have to effect. So for instance, like for example, like when you are doing some karmic deeds, when it is like sometimes like due to our karmic deeds, like due to the group karmic deeds, due to the people's togetherness of their karmas, we have able to born in earth, and we are staying together in earth, and earth is formed. This is considered the like concept of the like environment effect due to the actions of the overall action, like action by all the peoples together. So it is this concept. So they are like sometimes some peoples are born in a good places, good and nice places, and some peoples doesn't born in a good and nice places. Like some people born in a places like deserted places where there's a lack of food and everything, and some people's like born in a very good and environment friendly and very happy places, but some people doesn't born in it, some sentient being doesn't born in it. This is due to your environment effect, due to your past environment, some action which lead to your getting an environment effect. So he said like some of the individual, like for instance, for the individual, when individual like sometimes like we even we eat something, we consume something, we are not getting enough nutrients in our body, even we consume something, and sometimes even when we get sick, the medicines we are eating for those to remove those, to get well from the diseases, doesn't do any effect on our bodies, even though these medicines are highly mentioned, recommended by the highly qualified doctor, and medicines are highly qualified, it doesn't affect us. It is maybe for the individual. And sometimes like it is like we can't easily, we can't able to digest the proper food, or sometimes we can't able to mm, okay. Sometimes can't able to digest the food, or sometimes we can't able to get even we get a good food, we can't able to digest it, or sometimes we can't, the medicine doesn't affect our diseases. It is due to the our environment effect of our past karma of the killing. It is from the non-virtuous action of killing such a things affect. So here it is written that from the non-virtuous action of killing such things in the external environment as food, drink, medicine, fruits will have a little strength, be ineffective, have little potency and power of being difficult to digest, which will induce a illness.
Oh, yeah. Tande Lamrim Chenmo le nepate majimba lemba nes. Majimba lembi ange ni dande kandi chingwarsana. Njebu nyuwa tangsa, ta tang to drabu, hin to drabu yoba ina, ten njebu de nyung ma to mesha na. Njebu chi sheba ina njebu de tsaman drabu, chumbu drabu meba ta. Ani njebu de chi shenbu ma yin chen yuwa man drawan drawa ta. Ani njebu de le ya shu chi le ya chi yaba, shu chi le yaba meba na. Yang lumba de le ya chapa mba ne pa, nama chang 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 ne tenpa chenbu yuwa ta. Yang ka chapa shenbu shu chenbu mba na. Ani yang njebu de so pa kamba, kang drawa ta. Ya mi mutuwa, andre chene mepa chandawa. Ota tenri shunga de, ni shaa ngama manjin ba mabu lembi ki, ota jutin dandre re soor. Ta shetane ngara tsu, zhuna tenri xeba tsa ma tse, so sui ki saani tani, ne chu kinje tende, ngara tsu chu ki senchen tang, ni nrewa nduwa, munduwa. Ta te tole saani tonga peki chambre dowa. Ta shetang ngara tsu namba san jewe, yani ne chu tangche, lewa gu chuba re, se te so yora tsa iki. Lele te na zo xie so re kesho yini lele ye shu. Ta lele chuba yina ta le chahi chawa ta ngara tsu hakko tuwa le dan jebe na ja chahi chawa de sanje chande de kona ge towa chi ma to ngara tsu to tu ma re de yina sho sho che ne tsuba chi cheba yina ani tende chi leong ge chuba yinsa re yinsa ma re sam tong yo de che ne gen je den dang chu ji se je nim bo de pen tsu njewa shi bu chu yo ba. 어떤 로직이 돈이 쉬어야 돼. 대가라 소소 그 주세 상도바이나 주세 도제 뭐부여레스 어때지 주
So, Lasso. So here the second concept we came with about the concept of stealing. So hence the most living beings will die without living with our own expected lifespan. So yeah, in the previous Kishla has also mentioned that here that like normally like the human beings has like approximately they can live around 100 years, but the thing is like when you are living around 100 years, I think something has popped up in the screen. Okay. Okay, so normally the life expectancy of the human beings is around 100 years, but the most of the people couldn't able to live around till 100 years. They have to die before that. It is due to because of the like your past karmic action of the killing. Due to your past karmic action of the killing, to killing, doing killing. That's why you are getting environmental effect of not able to stay till 100 years, and that your whatever you eat is not nutrition, and whatever medicine you are taking for your diseases is not able to affect you, and you like people started to pass away before they are living till 100 years. So and the second version, the second part of the non-virtuous stage about stealing, the environment effect of stealing are that you will have a few fruits, and fruit will not be perfect. You will change and be partially spoiled. So and then there will be like severe drought or torrential downfall. Like in some places, like you can see that there will be like severe rainfall, heavy rainfall, and cyclones are happening, and some places it is like totally drought. It is due to the concept or due to the stealing. You are stealing. So Kishla here mentioned that even though these are mentioned already in a text, is Buddhist text, and but not only like you should consider only in terms of the text, like it is only in terms of text. We should also concern with the practice in our actual life, whether it is like practicable in actual life or not. So Acharya Vasubandhu in his text, it is mentioned that Abhisamya, not Abhisamya, Abhidhamma Kosha Pasha, and Acharya Vasubandhu when he mentioned in Abhidhamma Kosha Pasham that the living, the environment and the environment and the world we are living is due to our karmic action. He has already, and everything which arises in this world is due to our karmic action, which is mentioned by Abhidhamma Kosha by Acharya Vasubandhu. So it is showing that the living, the sentient beings who are living in this world and this world are like totally interrelated. So everything is like due to the our past karmas and like due to our past karmic imprints. Naangila saso.
때 사천대 마찬행에 띠고 돌은 아랑그 상의 동하기 돌 대슈인 다 담보만데 사주라 다 로예 다 로예지 되니 단제 telea 샹제 당 다자 다 진제 당 매자와다 정화마 냥와다 냥먼가오스 다 시왕하마 로예 몸부 제비게 단제 telea 아니 지 샹제스 做 침바다做바라서바 대처 롬바테네 몸부 연다는 아니 산에 조포 몸부 요하다 젠지세데 다 지트만 칸데 켄 몸부 요하다 아니 강다 롬바테레 매자와 몸부 요하 아니 저만 년바 몸부转的 아니这个查个三查查进的脚步，娘娃娃说的，三方的看个，等这个龙吧，查查脚步，等着三把没搞啊，用的看等这个查查的，得说，人小孩没长吧，是人家老人级别的当这人是，他能多嘛现在是，他最多嘛一个当这的了呀，现来当。出去比来去他结巴没着，他最忙不了用的，他说现看来看人吧，人那现来得说。지 레카데 야보지 미라다 데네 다지 초카마 되는데 ken게 초당 조진라 수비 레카 제바이나 레카데서 다시 무지 무용하다 제바 민주 튠바 민주 신사 다 튠바서도 소소하게 상완하게 게 샤와도서 루무도 하죠 펜체 소와다서도 레카 펜체데 지 템보 매바치네 라운게 상완하게 문주네 아니 지 가르세 고고 잡으세요. 지 레카 되게 소송 고고 또 안다고 들리 와다. 아니 지 레카 때서 가려나 새는 가는 좋아서 가드나 새는 지금 앞자인다 나오게. 지 새는 현지 소로 좀만부터 쳐야 된다 매나야 짜니 그게 나오게 선바 미시게 나오게 제 몸부 된다 쳐야 돼. 네 주몸부 파 이게 단제리에서 다 참아티 제발 참이네 사쇼 마음부터 Chang Chung Ta, Toma Ta, Jokawa, and Jiba, and Jisori, Juma Demba dance. Taiji Lumba Telea, Sai Ya Ma, Tendre, Baba Bobo, by Chuni Sayapa, China, Shibu Meba. Chong Ta said the Lumba, and then my Ogo Kogo, Shuchabo Yabat. 아니 제제 카히야 더 카히만데 아니 파츠 로바 있는 로하 장 카부 인디케 사체데스 아니 지바데스 양업자연데 사데스 지소리 주마부터 템바세테 지반 잡으려도 공기 주의도 거니 거니 잡으라 참아지야도 주의를 지바다 새는 업자연데 짜리 그게 주마부 차데서 참아지비게 단제 Tene nga tsubi ge dante tene sasho dondu tas. Sasho dondu sayade, ta saya zopo chene me ki tsinda na ye sasho tene yas me ta shwa tam. Ane sa tele tsama anje patsunra na hyana sabande zopo ne amazo de tsama mo yo at. Ane do mo yo de ke. Ane che sema tansen yang gapa dabo je dada do sa dada do mo yo de ke. Chomo maase chomo sayade zaman na ye da shang na ye ma 청한 저 사지때 좀 쓰래. 어딘지 자마라서 봐. 컴바 마히 사저 된데 뭐야 봐. 주바다서 사주보. 너네 나오면 봐서 상도 냠바지 샤샤다고. 어딘지다. 뭐저다 저다 띵가면 아니 추마 전에 메디케 초용면서 추충충용면서 사드 강부 가정인데. 사고 당서 사니 또 통자 더버이는 시무도게 사차 사고지. Gyondung tang sa gyomba sa sa enba re. Sa enba tende jine pa inji su rwaan rabchi. Ache tang sa de ta sa duksho se gare. Dipa cheche sa ye tang sa ta tende ya che me duri nye se chapa kuman rawa ta. Ane chay se ta na tong na yi tende yi xe na sa san che le nyo chinga de san rawa ta. Ane nje su ri jo mambu ta denpa tang sa ta chani gyo gengi jo mambu de te su chiba rawa na ta. Wata dipa ti chi jo na.
Last Okila. So here the Geshe-la has mentioned about now we came with the concept about the we are just completed with the stealing. Now it comes with the concept of sexual misconduct. So what is the environment effect of the sexual misconduct? Is Geshe-la has mentioned that fruit will change. Okay, the environment. Okay, they will be savory dirt or torrential dove or the fruit will. Okay, the environment effect of sexual misconducts are living where there's excrement or and urine, mud and filth and unclean thing and many evil smells and misery and discomfort. So Geshe-la here mentioned that he will just complete those sections of environment effect, and after that he will give a brief teaching on through his own experience, and so which will help you to have some practice on these things, so like personal practice. So he will give, after this section he will give some teaching on it. So now back to the topic. It is like regarding the sexual misconduct. He said that if an individual has done some sexual misconduct in his previous life, what will be his effect is like there will be environment effect that he has to face, like he will born in some dirty places and also in a very smelly places and with the full of the urine, excrement and mud and filth and unclean places. So it is due to it is due to your past karma effect, due to your past karma of sexual misconduct. And now it's in terms of the verbal one, the environment effect of lying is that the environment effect of lying is that any work that you do in the field or on board will not flourish, and there may be no harmony among the workers, and for most part of they will be deceitful and you will fearful and have many cause to be afraid. So here Geshe-la has mentioned that if a person lie in their past life, what will his environment effect? He won't get a good farming. In terms of farming, he will not flourish because he won't get a good farming result. And also in terms of sailing, if an individual is sailing, he won't get a good result in the sailing and getting fruits. And also like some people couldn't able to do according to his own wishes, even he have think to do something, even he did some deeds on these some things, but he can't able to fulfill it. And and also it will fool individual, like due to your previous life of lying, previous action of lying, like you will just go fool yourself, and always there's a fearness in yourself, like you will, most of the part they will be deceitful, like people, like you are easily get fooled from the people, and also you are always there's a fearness in your mind, and always you are like easy to get feared. Wherever you go, you feel like insecure or feared. And now second, and the second part of verbal mistake is about the disease speech. If you make a disease speech in your previous life, what will be the your environment effect will be that you will have you will born in a place where a place is a bumpy, cracky, uneven and difficult to traverse, and you will be fearful and have many causes of to be afraid. So here it is like similar to the lying. There's a concept of like you will face a fear, and you will always fear have a cause of insecure and a fear afraidness in yourself if you have if you have done the disease speech or lie in your previous life. And also you will born in a places with a bumpy places, and not a plain area, not a smooth area, but with the mountains and the places where the one is difficult to travel. So it is like you will born in such places. And now in terms of offensive speech, if you made some offensive speech to others, what will be your environment effect? You will get it. You will be in a place that is full of logs thrown, large rocks, sharp stone, and many broken bricks, and lack of waterfalls, lakes, pond, and it's a the rough, drab, airy, salty, barren, wheel, and it's a place of dangerous animal. So if you make some harsh speech to some offenses or harsh speech to other individuals, then your environment effect will be you will get you will take birth on the places with a like the with a full of log, which is like full of big logs, and then you will also take birth in the places that totally with a like thorn, where it is like whenever you go it will easily hurt your body, and the places with the large rocks or sharp stone, where if you travel you will get hurt. And also with the places with calls like there's so many bricks, broken bricks, and lack of water, or sometimes the person is born in a like arid region or totally deserted or totally barren region, or sometimes you will born in a places where there's a dangers for your life due to the dangerous animals exist, and this is due to the offensive speech you made in the previous life, like la chasu.
Oh yeah. Ngachi chibi nes danje tele njibi junshila njibu mechapata. Tu mi ba ya njibu chapata. Tu su mechapata. Mami ba mi ba na bata. Tsawa metenba. Rito mene bata. Gyunga rawa natsela. Zimbu nangawa memawa tang. Njibi juma ba tenba tangwas. Ta ngachi mambu chibi ki danje tele ta hinpu ta njibu yoke hinpu teso. Njibu yoke teso ina ya njibu mechachil. Tu mayinba yang nrebu cha tusu, ta nrebu shee tusu chora, kushu yina ta ngaro zang. Taiga yina, kambu yina, tetsu shee tusu tel michi. Tusu mayin kenche tetsu le nrebu ti shee. Nrebu chaba, tusu mi chaba ta. Ma mi ba na ta, mi me la ya pa ta di mi di so na. Ani himpu te tsawa ya tenpo me ke, chonlang zho chu chu ni. Rinto himpu te tso, ani yu rinpo me ne ba. Kyunga rawa nasi, kyunga rasa hin mambu zui ju tetsu nangiri. Ande natse la, zingbu nangwa mema tata, ande hin shemi tsen rabo ta, natse rabo, ande chu zing rabo tetsu, ande ji senpa ganang lo zoke tetsu shira mende ke, ande ji xena caban ra zhang zhang mambu yende ke, jibi ju ma tenpa tangsi. Ota tetsu, ande ngachi ke nirendo danrechi. Dine namse kere, ta yi je naba songe, namse jine, pyoso tsoba tangche lo re re, ta duci dan dawa sha re re ya nangshi, nrela pewa ni mi ba tangse. Ta so so le yu pi pyoso tsoba tangche, lo re ma nyo re zho, duci tang, dawa ta sha, duci se, ta ji duci da, yaka, gyunka, tuanka se, te ya duci, dawa tang, sha re ya ma nrin zho, ma nyo zho, kumpe mo zho ju me ken. Tā ngā rā tsaṅsāli tō te pē mōpa yō rā tā, jū pēn jū yā jī mō rō kē mā jī rō tē kē. Anē yō nā tē jī njō pā dzōn rī kē nā, tā tēn rō sōsō tēn rī yō rā. Wā tē tsū tāng yō nām sēn kē dāng rī chā dī yō rē sā. Nyō sēn jī dāng rī tēn rā, nyō sēn jī nē, yāng tā nyō pā tā nēng gō tā chū pā tā pā rī mā sō chū lō mā wā tā, sēn kā tā tā lā sō pā, chū tō tā dē pā tā sī jī mē mā tā. 뉴시 두바다 총결라 마타서 다 뉴세서의 겐리 너바 시킨 인상 내니 내용 잡으라 다 도이 나산다고 샤앙하마 다 뉴세 집이게 단제돼서 거거래 거 단주 후천보야려 근데 요 녀바데 다 첨보 다 전리 토래 마추티어서 당제의 롱바 몸을 넣어주자 샤앙하면 단제려 nengoa tasa ngene dane ne pencil ya ne ji ma chen ran chupa tasa pencil chupa jat ane pare jo ma cho les chulo ma ta ma chu jo ne ti sa ta ni du ni shi chu ta nian yang ta ni ma chu mo wei shi wei da ta de so ta yang xiao wang hao ma ne chen mo bu ji bi ge ta dan zhe cha de 다 된저 많이 봐다 야 롱바 가게나 다다 생기게 넣어봐 요봐 아니 죽게 넣어봐요 아니 디바세 디바라자라 대속게 넣어봐 신지 매마 신지 매서 채물에 뭐저 뭐면 딘디게 되는 뭐 봐봐 아니 뇌지 매마이 뇌지 두바च्या다 아니 잡아다 꼬마 어다 된저 뭐고 된저 롱바 때려야 요한테 아니 롱바 때는 мет듯이 샤왕하면 뇌세 뭐고 제비게 다리리 세로 되지 다 로따래 로티게 단데 텔이야 뉘진제데나 중콩 초다 조다 누반조다 다 뉘진제데 중콩 초사다 단정리도 세게 딱가 뉴게 딱가 도지 팔랑게 딱가 나오지 어다 대서 통제 만누네 내가 찬도 칼리칼리 다 나오긴게지 내니 칼로걸 아 흉다보다 근데 평공 뭐 보여라 다 대서 칼리칼리 내가 잘했어 때 로티게 주팅을 잡아줘 我不没脏话大事，龙巴得了做吧，我不当时脏热门吧去，冬天话他确实脏话当，对吧？那他这冬天找不到，他马家三人去出发家，他是也不进，也不是真的钱没有了，他得做落地给当着去。对吧？那到小巴的小苗叫你，说出来也若不解开面，刚刚全部吃，得了两个面吧，小苗吧，我大家而且我都看，等着毛不凶啊，这当前的小孩嘛，那老大这边给当着人是说了，当着的做的。
Last Sugila. Yes. Okay. So here Keshila has mentioned from the concept like when you are so now it is come with the concept that environment effect of senseless speech. So like if you make a like a senseless speech, what will be your environment effect? Will be you will be in a place where the fruit trees do not bear fruit. The bear fruit will at the wrong time or bear no fruit at the proper time or unripened appear to be ripe and roots are not strong. So here it is mentioned that if there was like if you do some senseless speech, what will happen is like sometimes like even not the fruit has a time to ripe, that uneven times of ripening of the fruit, like the ripening of fruit is not on a proper time, it will be uneven, and sometimes the root of the fruit is not good, that the trees will easily get trees easily died away because of the root is not good, and sometimes like even the fruit is not ripened, we will see it is a ripened from the outside. These are all due to the like our previous action of senseless speech, that we are getting environment effect or such thing. And also like some trees doesn't last long, and they are not made. There are not many comforts such as park, groves, a pool, and you have a many reason to be afraid. So like some of the places when we born, like some people born in a places where there's a like you won't see any beautiful parks or like some pools, but instead you have to born in a very thick or dense nearby the very thick or dense forest, where you always have to get fear about the animals and fear to get near this forest, as it is due to your past environment effect of your senseless speech. Now we come with the environment effect of covetousness. So it is come with the three mind non-majesty through the mental one. So now we came with the concept of the covetousness, where it is mentioned that the uh, okay okay, so now we come with the concept of the covetousness, where the like it is mentioned that the things which are like if you have done a past action of covetousness, the what will happen is the things in this environment effect of this will be like you will okay, whatever the wealth you have, it will like slowly it will get started to get diminished or deteriorated. Even the whatever wealth you have in this life, this slowly it will get diminishes. Even you don't want, but it will still get in started to get diminishes, and And also like with the time it started like with the season or with months and each every day, and like instead of getting increasing it will like started to get diminishes. Is it due to the past action of your COVID business, the environment effect you are getting it? And then in the environment effect of malice is that you will be where there were epidemics, injury, infectious disease, quarrels, and many disputes with the opponents' armies, lions and tigers and like and poisonous snakes, scorpions, and many fireflies, harmful yakshas, robbers, and the like. So here Gishla has mentioned that if you have in the past life, if you did have malice, then the present life, the environment effect you will face is like some epidemic. So you know that there's a constant. We all have suffered from. We have all gone under the COVID time, where the people are suffer a lot. So like COVID. So this is due to the our past, like overall, like over like total people's past malice that we are have we face the environment effect of the COVID and this pandemic. And also like there's like some countries having wars and fights. And also, so Angela said like in 2020s you have noticed that in 2020s like people are having there was a pandemic was already we faced as we saw the pandemic, and now we are seeing so many wars. It is due to the our previous life actions of covetousness. And also like not only in terms of the wars and pandemic, there are some in some countries people are getting fears about the like animals like lions and tigers, and there are like places where they're like poisonous snakes and
Hello, Mikila. Is Mikila around?
okay. Sorry, that thing, I don't know these days the Wi-Fi is not working that much well.
Okay, okay. I hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So the concept is like environment effect when it is like here it is mentioned that in some countries there's a concept of in terms of the concept of malice, you will face like I will repeat it again. So in terms of the malice, there's a like environment effect where like we individual due to our past karmas of malice, what we face is the effect of like we have to go under the epidemic injuries and all these things. So we also know that in 2020s we have faces already the COVID pandemic, and also like now we are facing the wars. We are seeing different countries are doing wars. So these are due to the our past actions of the malice. And also it is mentioned that they are like besides that, there's also like some countries have fears of animals like lions and tigers, and some countries there's a fears of like the countries, the places are residing there where there's a resides of the scorpions and snakes and many fire. And sometimes you notice in the summers that many fireflies come on the lights and they are starting. So they are also in some countries the people have the fear of robbers and these. So it is these are all are due to our past action of the malice. And now we come with the past action of wrong view. When you are doing the wrong view in your previous life, what will be like your environment effect you will have to face it, like where the best and principal source of resources will your principal and best sources of resources will disappear, where the unclean thing will appear to be most pure and miseries will appear to be bliss, where you have no home, protector, or refuge. So here Kishla has mentioned that. So in this world, like now we are seeing like there are lack of minerals. The minerals people started to consume the most of the precious things of minerals of and also the oils. So you can see the oils, petroleum gases. So in the oils and the minerals, it is getting less, and it is due to the due to our past actions of the past non-virtuous state of not wrong view, that the current time we are not even having that much. And also like the places like also like resources are getting disappeared, and also like unclean things are started to appear, and they're like, and also like there was a thing of the concept of like the bliss started to get lessened because the wars are also coming. And also sometimes being people thinks like thinking of war is good. The people having a misconception or thinking of war is good, and also consider misery is a bliss. So these are due to the previous actions of the wrong view, that they are having an environment effect or such a thought. Langila Saso.
Tan de toning it, around the sound suit, see Kashi, is a teacher.
Okay, in regarding to this, in this section, in this environment effect, Kishla will try to give teaching on some of his own thoughts or some of his own experience he want to share with you, so that you will get a better insight on these things. Gila.
답변은 현진제된 주지 선생 님보다 편승 저와 시부주여봐. 주지 선생 대수기 근수 게토네 아니 신현진제된래야 아니 저와 시부준로 투요레스. 다들 로주기 토니 슈바이나 당하나 좀돌래야 하마롱바지노 아니 롱바 때려야 다지 잡았대서 따따 아니 또또 힘가대서 야보셔고 자 힘도 레벨라서 봐 표정 줘봐요 롱바 때려야 지내나 참여봐 아니 제 세림보 자시보셔고 야보 중화레스 롱바 때려야 지부여서 지부다 때려서 롱바 때 근데 야보셔보지 용비 걸려야 근데 롱바 때는 그 지부 되게 다 롱바를 자시봐 표정 줘봐 야보 용하대 나 지비게 써나고 그래서 된다서 다 좀마다 롬베테스 사나 다 코츠기 지 레칼리아톤 델토네레스 다 된다체는 코츠 노킬렌데 펜시 지 마창반다 깨찬도 돈에 된다 마창선 인견도 요마레 다 된다 깨차 히레제스 다 코츠 다 가라서 깨차 된다네 야드서 다 롬바티 풀이야 창바야 포지바 창중데케 된다 줘서 대서 깨차 된다스 대저 개체 전들도 다 롱반데네 자히바 표소 초바 시부지 용한테 저런도 지비게 선아 말에 롱부유게 선아야 말에 주민 선아야 말에 근데 롱바 때날이야 아니 저다 이해요레스 대예데 튜브 시부 제네 지지래야 개개 거리지 지지래 진정 하정 그 전부 된지 지비게 딱 소나라 때는 롬바 때는 자히비 잘해서 어때서 다 롬바 때는 다 산책에 가르래서나 다 튜브 비에서 때 랑첸당 니니 듀오당 데니 르본당 샤 어디게 다 거기에 개혁 거리지는 샤다 거기 당체 샹하만이지 샹추기 산다고 타바치 비처야 로장디게 된리 인사라 건들려 걸어서 돈르기 르레 마도 근데 걸어서야 gemba 샤차냐 근데 거기 개혁 거리지는 맞아 gemba 소리 말해서 개개게 네 되게 힘부주여서 다 힘부데 럼부창게 로디 코 데르레드 아니 지 힘부데 그 zul을 인제래 차샤세요데 다 힘부데 첨부를 럼부치도 슈레더라 되네 비오기사데 힘토데 코 힘부데 코용데 힘부데 그 zu부제도스 되네 랑체레 아니 비오데 gem바차 힘부 충충으로도 코밀래도 다 되올래 저봉가사나 콜레디 힘부도 배충충으로서 힘부게 토게 아니 로마게 토를 추때서 그 단인 다투고요스 된들라데 아니 저봉 때 비올래 gem바차 되네 샤데게사나 근데 사변데 인데는 담부 사람아 유캔데 코인스 힘부데 그사 다른 번에서 신게 저부지 코는 되는 마사네 어떻게 얘기를 되네 코스는 개개 샤고마세 아니 네바데 저봉 송바데 아니 비오 이바데 아니 럼부치자 아니 코라츠 개개쇼 펜시지 참보 진조제 근데 바 로이런데 바 참보다 진조 개개 거리여 바 제요데 근데 롬바 코로야 나우시 코로 좋아하는데 차바 따따 뭐 너마 따따 샤규사는 샤 차바 따따 뭐 규사는 뭐 아니 힌도 로또 라서 바때서 따따 야시 어따 드리체는 롬발이야 지 내나 참여봐 어따 드리기 뒤만이 처음에 봤는데 야부 제 자히부 숑 드리기 소차 얘기 참부 지는 드리 숑 로주요레스 에 가르르서나 소차 이때게 그 미세게 혀진지대를 봐 샤와서 지치어마데 코츠 속에 샤와 제도를 때네 아니 시게 혀진지대를 아니 차바보통 냐마 쪼통 알아서비 되긴 좋아시고 좀 좋고요레스 때 주기 생전게 레라 때네 혀진지대 주바데 다들 로주기 돈이 된레스 다 로주 거라도 땅 알아서 사는 돈바 이나야 아 노그 주기 생전게 뉴바디 실 빼쳐워 생기 뉴바디 텔레바이나 땅아서 벌을 참바이나 네 세아 약간의 니데 또토도 저 세라서 지 저요 세라 되게 또토도闯라 동거 때 동인데 세라 까케요 세라 까케 아 저서 카케 푸죠 푸져요데 푸스는 니바 찍어요 말이야 당연히 근데 전 동바 동도제 지파 기에서나 내게 니바 해기만 샤그 뿐잡지 동바 송그 창리잖아 내를 푸잖아 동바 송바 기에서나 샤그 뿌대요 귀투만 이나야 싸는 하게 니바 야보여는 푸져요데 롱바 때노게 띵당 어따 롱탕체 좋았더니 세라도 신가여서 초모요 근데마 사상마 따따지를 까투요레스 대 년조비 생게女바게 돈에 실로를 쳐야 인자 롱당 진짜 좋았던 투로스 다동 상의 동체 지 델야제 인바다 포점거지 상의 땅에 델 까투게요레스 잡아도 세라도 근데 상의 랑당 포점마 근데 상의 땅에 롱바 때는 세라다 잡아도 까투게요레스 대 간르제서 생게女바데 롱바 때는 쳐도요 인자 롱도 진탕진 좋았던 투레스 我等着一顿很紧急的去给申请，这还这么全部要吧？他那个本来呢，俺这个都要的，你俺让个赔本了要的，他人不写过的，给我们这把东厂忙不要的，因那样，你俺让中巴的，俺直接个厂得是比大去对呢，对差一届了，你俺让个中巴的上呢，当呢，等着多久过抗战不抗不赢呢？塞瓦当，你都是干土的意思。 다들 간략하게 그 몇인데 작아된도 아니 생기 마쇼래니 간략하들서 때 체리게 다지 전 통투 말인데 생기 뉴바데들이 쳐요 이상 땡데게 마쇼를 아니 롱도 띵 어때서 당신은 좋았던 투어스 때 가리게 따라서 시자는 회진제된 주기 세진은 자와 시부주요 어떤게 주세리에서 어다나 이게 아니지 라마 시부 담바야 부 주사 去那么大把介绍给撒下点来啥的，上班的让人给他现在用我是，本来呢多几天确定听着不，知道吧？上班班了几的掐着多少，样这没忙不些啥着不，忙出去不知道啥，点这个撒下点来呀，来说吧，三来呀让人给没习惯着，习不这床上的那个这娘的看点这我是，我点这一的是一个可有个。 见的囊三件做你说这个了，囊个三件个女把的怕很紧的怕巧我了，但这对很当去年很去年的，哦，但这样还讲个全部有了是，啊，但那应该当然做当到咱不应该没动手动手解决的，查从这呢。 这把全人没接，叫张结巴人呢，咱不那个可有用做的抓当土的是，但等抓是他。 他没给我毛不就马出去不这怕是接受的啊，龙巴个扬州啊，都叫什么州啊？一年个白月的是，我等着人的，但俺白菜场在那着，俺那个上水着，我等着进都是。但那个康巴川巴人呢，康巴啥巴的，他这是康巴那了没几对吧人呢？可咱嘛说是不这个没见的，康巴等那可对吧？咱去康巴的，这下次谁知道不？咱谁知道不？家里是康巴等那门着全人没对吧人呢？ 你妈就讲了，你康巴得了呀？去下次着没看着，看啥去查旅的是？我得没给女把得给，等你查图有的是。但那应该俺做不要龙巴卡线了，但中的得做老家常没被查的，中巴得做个通知两三个居民处等着有的是。但居民得做全呢，没把查牛嘛的，可能老家常没被居民都有的出的，哎，弄中巴给呀，东啊给出。 但你那么可是啥玩意？等我就去了嘛，都让干说你家不听等着嘛的，可是去让人去。他得什么种的得说，他老看见么嘞？他人不也帮着，他没说家做没对呢，啥家也当了把种的家做帮着的，龙把在那个去的啊，没把家刚说的是。 他这这养成着不要的，他老家常的刚弄嘛的，人那要种的怕包菜的，弄把等那弄没全没开家菜的，去的要怕刚着，等着凶多是，得做没得做当，人家怕小给去得做，经常些不去要吧，没得做有比搞去的去刚没弄啊，那没得做没把家去的刚着的，可是呢，得做没得来就安个没得做个两个去的主要影响，我第一家呢。 the Chayungores, and in Macan, or Tendrick told a better Mobashia and those all that teach Jorochida.
La so gila, this quite gila, the canto. Okay,
Yeah,
so okay. So Kishla now he will try. He has mentioned some of his own personal thoughts or insight on regarding this concept. So he said, like, as is already seen that this due to environment effect are arise due to the human action. So he has mentioned here that our living our world where we are residing on the place and our like environment it is, and that the person or sentient beings who are living in this environment are totally interrelated. He has mentioned it is interrelated, where he say like due to our activities, the sentient beings activity, it created our environment or the world we are residing. So also in the sutra, Buddha's statement in the sutra, there's a story regarding like there's a one story where Kishla has mentioned that in early times there was a like one country or a one place where there's a, like no disease, where there's absence of disease and totally blissful one. The places is totally blessed, and then all the foods and all the like vegetations and the farming is also to going good. And then that time the king thought that it was due to his virtuous karma or his due to his actions that the country is totally well developed and flourish. And but the queen and the minister think that due to their own actions that the country is well developed and flourish. And then due to this then this led to the created some positive dilemmas among the queen, minister and king, like due to whose action that the country becoming so prosperous and well developed. So they were in the so they went to ask to the hermit, which is residing on the mountain, that there's one hermit. So they went to ask the hermit who is the responsible having such a flourished country, whether it is king, queen, or minister. And the hermit, when they asked the hermit about regarding this question, then hermit told that it is not due to your action, neither you, neither queen, neither minister. It is not due to your all of three of yours action that the country has got flourished and country is prosperous. Then why the country is prosperous or the place is prosperous? Because due to the existence of the three animals which are residing there, three animals which are residing there, not a three, four animals which are residing there in nearby your places. And those four animals are very friendly to each other, and therefore animal respect to each others, and those four animals always consider respect and always stay harmony to each other. Due to those four animals, your place, your country has been stayed very unharmful, peaceful, and blessed one. So who are those four animals? It is called like four harmonious animal. You can see, you can also see some of the poster we're showing like four harmonious animal or four harmonious friends. It is also say that these four harmonious friends are elephant, monkey, rabbit, and the bird. So among this, and they all in the previous life they have meditated on a Buddhishita. So they are in previous life they are bodhisattvas who are in this life born as an animal. So like they all are very close and very staying harmonious to each other. And at the time then there was one thing like elephant told that when he came first time came in this place, there was a small there's a tree. The tree was like little grown up, it is saying. Then the rabbit, then the monkey said like when I come in this place, when I was started to came to first time came in this place, the tree which is near us, the tree is very small. It is very small and it is very small. And then the rabbit say like, when I first time came here, the trees it is under the like it is very too small that I can lick the water droplets on the leaf. I can like lick and taste the water droplets on the leaf on that thing. And lastly, the bird said like, when I first time came here, there's no tree, and then I was the one who had put the seed on that place, and that the tree has now started to the seed had become a tree right now. So in terms of that, we show that the bird, they are like the bird is the eldest one because he came first one. That time there was no tree, so bird is the eldest, and then the second is a rabbit because after when the rabbit saw the when he came first time here, the tree was like very small, that he can able to lick the leaf of water droplets of the from the leaf, and then it become a monkey, and the youngest one is an elephant. So they are like even they like they always respect the bird, because bird is the eldest, and they are like very cordial to each other, very friendly. And due to this reason, that the weather over your country or the king's place had become very good, and like all the fruits are like very good, that the fruits are easily able to grown up, and there's no disease in the in your country. So this is a short story which is mentioned as sutra. And okay, so this story shows that due to the our actions, due to the sentence beings individual action, that cause the that lead to the our environment, that lead to the well-being of our prosperous or development of our society, world, or environment, due to the actions of our animals or sentient beings. So in terms of this also, beside the stories, Kishila also mentioned about the this is due to the our mental abilities of the mind. You can say abilities of the mind, because of our mental abilities. It is due to these things that are like we are getting effects from not only of for ourselves, but also the society from the at the society we are reciting. So like. Okay, so in Tibet, he mentioned that in Tibet there was a sometimes Tibet they receive a hailstorm. You know about hailstorm. So sometimes there's a hailstorm or fall down. So so some people in Tibet, what they do is to stop the, because Tibet in early time they depend on a farming. So when there was a depending on a farming, sometimes it happens is like the hail when the hailstorm is about to fall on the farm area, the some people what they do is they do some recitation of mantra, and they just blow on the blow up, and then the hailstorm, the clouds started to disappear, and there's no hailstorm at that place. Even though the blowing, that individual person who blow that blow, he just blow out, just make some blows, even though it was not like the blow was if he did a blow, but like the even a single feather cannot be moved by that wind blow from his mouth. The wind he blow from his mouth cannot be able to blow out the feather which is residing quite far from here, but he can able to like vanish the clouds also. It is due to the yogic his own yogic practice, or it's also yogic thought. It's due to his practicing of yogic due to his practicing of Buddhism, that is due to his yogic practice. The mind his mind is having that ability that he is able to remove the clouds to lead to the hailstorm. And then the okay, so this is due to his spiritual practice. It is due to the ability to lead to do such actions, and then it also it also influenced the environment where they are residing, because the hailstorm stopped it, which shows the environment is also affected. So okay, so Gishla also give example that Gishla is for example, if Gishla reside in India and in South India, but his family reside in Tibet. So the like if we do some Yamataka meditation, and but after meditation, if we just think about like if his families in Tibet will stay good, and the society they are residing there will get prosperous, sometimes it will go in a like what he thought will also come. It is due to their own mental abilities. It's like due to your consciousness, it like due to the connection from your consciousness, the environment also get influenced also. Or even though Tibet is so much distance, but it is like some connection from consciousness, that that your family's environment in Tibet also get changed. So the science cannot define or understand these things. When you are talking about this, it's difficult for science to understand this. But okay, so there's also like, okay, so when you also like, there's another example he mentioned that, so in some places, if you go there where there's a like, that places was a birthplace or something like, where the places like some like supreme spiritual scholar reside there, or like a one great scholar reside there, like automatically when you go to that place, you're like you will get a peace of mind in yourself. You will find the happiness and peace of mind. For example, in Bodh Gaya, if you go nearby the stupas of the Bodh Gaya, if you go near or circumambulate the both Gastupa, you will like naturally feel the peacefulness. It is due to the place of the enlightenment or recitation of the due to the, Lord Buddha reside there. And but like some places like war places, or there are so many dead like places where there are so many people died. If you go there, then you will feel like uneasiness or tension in your mind, not peace in your mind. So it is even though the places is not like even you are not participating in mind dead no, sort of war or something, but if you go and visit those places, you feel uneasy in your mind. It is so this shows like the even though there's no like due to even the places are like this, it is getting effect to you. So he mentioned that it is due to like these two like environment, the outside environment where we are residing, like world or society where we are residing, and the individual or ascendant being who are residing are interrelated. We are environment is created by us, like by due to our mental thoughts, or due to our mental ability, and that environment also started to come, and also due to the environment also it influences us. So it is interrelated, he has mentioned. And he also gave an example that sometimes when you go to the one house which is like the, and if you are sometimes even you don't make much cleaning, some individuals stay in this house, then it also look good and nice. And also like if people started to stay in a house, then it also the house look cozy, warm, and also the house look like lively, like someone is staying. But if a person doesn't stay in one house for a long time, the house lost its glory, and doesn't look good. And so it shows like how the like persons or sentence beings, the actions are connected to the causes the effect on the outside world also, outside materialist world, a material thing also. So also in Tibet, like Gishla has mentioned again a story that also in Tibet, like there's some villages like they are having a spring water, natural spring water, which is not a man-made. So until the villagers are staying there, there was a concept like there were 100 even they are staying for 100 years, spring water always come from the like from the ground. It is naturally coming out from ground. But all of a sudden the villagers start to stop staying at that particular place, and they started to go to some other country, other village to stay there. And what happened is they started to see that the spring water, which was earlier it was coming from the ground, it stopped to coming, like that it was totally dried out. So it showed that how the person's individual karmas or action is influencing the environment, because now the people villagers are not seeing there. So the which caused that the spring water also dried out, though it was not made by the man, it was natural, still it was dry up. So it is thus it shows that, hence it shows that like our individual karmas, like as an individual or societal karmas, it leads to the our environment. It affect the society we are residing, or environment we are residing, and world we are residing. So they are both are interrelated. Now kila so.
Yeah, yeah. But any kabi lendre sambala ni seta Lamrim Chenmo ya. Ta napi lendre samba de chaji. Ta neba tele ya kabi lendre sambala ni kabi le tandrebo tambo ne. Ta kabi le karere se na so chaba ta majin ba lamba ta loba yenwal nimi chi samba che ke yi se ta dembe. Te da yang da ba dombi joa sheba damba ta to ba shi bilu chi le so so. Ta so chaba majin ba lamba loye zun tama tsu ta dendre yora. O dendre ide den tsugi Nemi toni, so chana nemi yu, majiba lana depa yu, loyen chana nemi yu, sasa nemi ta debi god, ne so che yimi, majiba lang yimi, loyen che yimi, sasa tenri ki toni, ta donse ta debi toni, teni joa tang, ngöge tang, nju wa te tsule ya, luchi le tele ya ne, kabi le lauris. Te ye tong nga ki ye tang, yi ji song la ja te se, nga ki zuyin chama tsu nga che, yi che nang se no se lo ta song. Ta tenzi tang che le ya, ndo di na pondyo kuri se, sang ne pondyo yo ba chi. Ponsen ki kyu ne lang ne, ane te tsule nemi tongbi to ne, pongba te le ya, ane nga ki gewa, ane yi chi gewa se chan kuri se, o ter, nga ki le ta yi chi le se. O xe xa, o xe sa yi ngyo ye, song be sa, papa tongmen chi, sa yi ngyo ye le song sha se. 네 이제다 삼바다 조바다 타도다 지리바샤테서 다 예스 다 이제 소처를 쳐봐 있는 이제 소처 보이 이제 레라나 쳐는 이제 산천지 삼바데 아니 소처나 다때 님이 여바 통하지 Then you so about Pondo Yoba, or the Nemiki Tomata, Pondo Yoba Niti, somebody. Tan Joat, Sobayan, Taba Dombin de Jetos, Nesse, Shava de Saint Sopasegi means something. It to Shujate Juar. Atuni Yantaba Damba, Zubi Luciles, Tate down, Chani Mijia Dern, Debate Lucile, Tatuter. 다 마진발람바 때라 마진발람발이야 되니 셔통 아다 마진발람네 야부요 말이 저 마진발람바이나 니 네미여 전 네미 통비고네 니 마진발람바 본데시 될 때네 아니 마진바 본데기 뒤에 아니 마진바 아 렘비기 렘바티 파 뽕비 좋아서 내 뽕이 인제 되니 뽕바게 뽕이 전에 가디나 저 마진발람 추추도 저는 말랑 전에 아니 파뽕 투바이나 어다 텔랑게제세 되니 로예이나 데리 다 로예세 로예 제바이나 텔레 네미여바 통 네미여바 통이 돈이 다 로예세 등에 최는 미지아 상상의 상네 대상네도 옆에 토네 되니 로예게 다치 이게 다 최송바이나 다 소소 쳐보 제 롬바 콤발 되는데나 로예 제기 아니 고가세 치요 말아 다 로예 제게 쟁당 최홍용들래 로예 미지아제네 와다 빵투바 있나 다 로예 빵베 게 랭거네 대차로 어텐데 되네 주 차마치 따라 주 대요 다 주세한테 줄 냐바통 대본데 셰 대본이 토네 양제 주 런데게 상님들 해서 대박가니 아니지 바 주인처는 말하게 바 당자네 아니 말아 되바이나 르기 나게 주방이 개왔어 가비기레서 아니 참았다 안 치수었다 마치었다 어다 대소 류나게 개와두지 되네 이제 남세때 다 생기 돌바 까거다 지 저잘라는 힘보 매봐 시단데 저도 잘라 그그르데 되는 차인 제가 다 알아서 뒤상 시소고 저 benjo te mena pe kalera 지금 파촌 로그나 제 나도 뭐자 대선 저디 라차 제거라 다 라차야 제주면서 배니 강해라 텐데 로그 살해 투마라 내가 나긴 게 소선이 말에 칼라 뒤송을 사고 대선 저송 동고요 텐데 이제 주천에 매바이나 텐데 짱 붙여는데 추주하다 팔이 방게 찬 텐데 인데 지 튼신 때서 그리나야 세당의 쭉 가제 옆에 차인 천치야만 소수기 주자라 용조때 라마 근초를 표요 소소야 근초게야 지 전도 비유 대전비토네 지 자라래 차인 매비chen 나 근초게 니 전이 니 주자라 통제 근초를 비 내가 근초게 샤오시셔네 니 근초게 대 주트성에 배셔도나 어르사었다 미소치게 요부터게 칼라사라다 거로 배셔도는 그치 젠리어라 된다고 젠 산에 동비토네 니 주변조트 배셔도마 졸이야 가보 쇼보체 파 잘라 때서 파 나네 셔보 케바 자체면 된데서 자소 센티지 된데지야도 최지 없는도 된데게 아니 나세봐 아니 얘를 너바체도 대바체버 얘를 뉴비기 샤 살에 천은 메시아지 시어선도 바까네 내 얘를 너바천 메시아 산에 땅에 니 너세도 파보 되는 로타다 나로츠 다 펜처리 오마리 이나 대상 자면의 해케 로타시 예여서 아다 로타 해케 요바 있나 신주로선한다 레전드 요마리 샤왕하시 요마리 근초선 덴바마 덴데 해케 요레 대수 해케 요레 바이나 대수 개차네 요마리 마도 나라도 소소쇼 타메바 인데 개차 니 저번 잡은 해데 양디 온돈 저에게 냥가 빼요리 데데 대출에 전에 안조 그런 받대요 말이 근데 제바에는 로다 받도를 근데 네 로다 pom비겨와 어때 대답을 대소니 되니 이제 내 세전에 상반을 다들 들으면도 어때 이게 사이가 이게 다 상반 좋아 다들 지리에 소주 보이래 저 이게 세전에 상반 님이 돈을 본 좋아하는 소바 양다 받다면 다들은 다 양다 받다면 주비 류지에서 최대 연유 해봐서 와서 다 연달에만人家 동쇼서 다人家的뒤뒤지만 동 차이크로 된지
Laskila. So now we arrive at the section of the virtuous actions and their effects. So we reach it here. So we now Kishla went in the Lamrim section where the virtuous action and their effect. So virtuous action, which is like which is called like white action, white deeds. So in here the levic of yogic deeds by Arya Asanka was mentioned that virtuous action includes the physical action of those who reflect the fault of stealing, and sexual misconduct and have a virtuous attitude. They also have carried out the performance of correctly restraining themselves from those non-virtuous action and brought this restraint to the culmination. So here it is mentioned like the stealing or sexual misconduct or such like in virtuous action. How the virtuous action means is like when you are seeing like fault in this non-virtuous action, fault in the killing, fault in the stealing, and fault in the sexual misconduct, and then you try to like you see the fault in this action and you try to restrain themselves from doing those actions through the concept of the perform through your attitude or from your performance and from your culmination. If you restrain themselves from doing these things, then with the attitude of not doing these things, it is said it is called as a virtuous action. If you are like doing restraining yourself with the attitude of no with the attitude of not doing these things, with the attitude of not doing this thing, if you don't do it or restrain yourself to the culmination, it is called as a virtuous action. So it said that the same can be said for the four vocal action, three mental action, and differences being of a substitute vocal action and mental action for the physical action. So here Kishla has mentioned that here in terms beside this in terms of the like killing, the what is the concept of the killing in it, the basis is like the person individual, but in terms of the attitude is in terms of attitude you have to carry the attitude of like not okay. So in attitude in attitude you have to think like you have to think of the no, like having a what is the okay. So in terms of attitude you have to see like what is the negative of killing the someone, like what is the negative of what is the negative thing of killing the someone, you have to think. And also you have the attitude of not to kill someone, you have to get attitude of like restricting yourself from not to killing. It is in terms of this. And also like in terms of performance, it's like okay, in a performance you have to like thought of not to kill, not of kill. You have to think in terms of performance you have to think of not to killing. And in terms of the actual action, then you shouldn't kill, like you will just restrain and not you will not do the action of killing, is called in this thing. And it also goes same with the stealing. If you have a stealing in it, like you just see you see the negativities of stealings, negativity, negative or you still like not good about stealing. If it like and also like you have attitude of not attitude of attitude of restraining or controlling yourself or not doing it is. And then in terms of in terms of performance, you are like you have a performance, or you have thought of not to steal. And in the end, in terms of culmination, you won't steal and you won't steal, and you restrain yourself from stealing. So it also goes with the sexual misconduct. But the thing is, sexual misconduct is like it has to like you need to have someone like you can't, even though you can't think like you want to sexual misconduct in like when you are in alone. But the sexual misconduct usually happen when you are like the like object is there like you need an object also, like so the thing is like you, and it is also goes similar, like you need a at the basis attitude, performance, and culmination when you are doing this. And also it goes similar with the lying also, like lying you have to see the like mistake, like what is the negativities of lie. And also like you should have like a thought of restraining it. And you also said like you won't lie, you have thought of not to lie. And in the end you won't say any lies to the other persons, and it is like if you in a culmination, if you don't say any lies and always stay with the truth and honest, then you will able to accumulate a virtuous state of not lying. And also it goes to the three mental mental virtues, which is the first is a non-covetousness, where like if you have to think like you are here, like you shouldn't attach the people's wealth. So here Gishla has mentioned here that even though like we shouldn't attach to the wealth or like wealth and properties, but you know that in current generation it is like we need people need some wealth for their own living. So like whenever because like in current generation people need like for their own sustaining or for having 3 times food, or like for having sustaining they need some wealth. But the thing is like you should never attach to that. You should never attach to the wealth. And it is like one should consider like, okay, I'm offering all my wealth to the three jewels, and I'm like a servants of them. Like for example, like the servant, like if a house having if a family having a servant, what the servant does is like, if an individual servant is like, they can enjoy the food, and they can enjoy the wealth, like they can enjoy the food and they can reside inside the house where they are serving. So like these things, like you can consider yourself as a servant of the three jewels, and the wealth you are like is offered to the three jewels, and you are using some of the wealth just for like a family, like a servant using the like family products like food and all these things, the food and some of the family things. It is like that you are using the wealth just for the sustaining and for the like serving to the three jewels. So this you can think like this. And in terms of like in terms of harming others, like when you're malice, you should like malice is considered as a very huge sin that one should not do it, and you have to like control, you should like restraining themselves from doing it. But and also like in terms of wrong view, it is like the wrong view is concept, like it is like, though it is no individual like normally they won't carry the wrong view easily, but in the current times, like people will listen, people get so many information that sometimes they get informations and then started to get they will started to get diverted, or they will started to get brainwashed by those information. For example, like there's information about this, and there people is like some people give information about this no exist in a previous or past life, or next life, or their information like this no existence of karmas and karmic effect. So at such times you shouldn't listen to those people, so you just ignore it. So because we are the common people, we are like normal human beings, lay people, so we may fall under those things, those traps, we may fall under those, we may get influenced by those when the peoples are giving such a wrong view, we may get influenced. So it's better you should like just restrict yourself, or just to ignore those, and just don't go under, don't listen to those things and these things. So these are the things which are shown about the virtuous actions, how the virtuous action can be done through the attitude, performance, or culmination. You can do virtuous action, which can be you can apply to all the 10 non-virtuous action, so that you can abandoning these things, you can do a virtuous action. Now, Gila Saso.
Tā te tāpio kāpu geyi ge le chūpu le le ya, ndrebu tele yin na ya nāmi ke ndrebu, jutin chi ndrebu, dabi ndrebu se song yo re es. Tā te yin de je tsonga ba chime Lamrim Chenmo le ya ndrebu la song le es. Te ndrebu song de nāmi ke ndrebu, jutin chi ndrebu, dabi ndrebu song chi. Tā tāmbu nāmi ne geyi le chōngo tāng, rīda chembe me tāng debi la tā kāng kōma la she os. Tā nāmi ke geyi le tā chōngwa te tsui ke 네 메시기레스 게일레 린제테게 뇌비게 하시기레스 단 뇌비 겨와 후첨보 대처니 수강게 하다 조명게 하시기레스 대소가 때 견르레스나 당가는 저지 메기초 게 추진라소 다 메기초 강야 로아지 추진소 되니 심바동 샤체 되게 소나게레 대처게 ndakang 메탄 ndakang 하시기레 다 되는 알아서 강자네 희내 잡았다 사통 잡았던 토야라 다 희내 희나 손레기 땡인지 강네 상제 당비기 다 내도 니비네 센데 강야다 도 뒤나 강자네 개와 야사요데 Zokanta zume ke la shegir te meyo ile segiris meyo ile la ten kankoma nishi tele ya gyawa chenpo lauga de yu ringpo gang shu chenpo gang na mato gyawa te sati uyo mara o tene ki tone ne ya uyo res o tiche ta jutuji ta dapin rabo ni megiwa la do ti jaros ta jutuji rabo kole ya megiwa chono ya jutin rabo ndo ta gyawa choge jutin rabo te megi chuyi ki jutin rabo te tso alo jayi na ta rang res dapin rabo ya te arang megi dandre te tso alo jane te lo sho tangche te ne geyi ki legi dandre res o megiwa le do ti jaros o tiche ta sa choba le ne 사추비긴 돌이야. 좁은 데다 코에 짜니 니체다 되어 예제 자이 저선단 고반에 니트지 저부 투소야스. 다 메기 좁어 파빵 베테 빵동데 코알리아 짜니 코알리아 짜니 아니 니체다 저 니치 전부 매바지. 아니 라니 집어 타바 토그 텐데게 코알 코나 베사사 제 메기 줄이야 짜니 아니 예제 자이 저선단 고반에 니트지 저부 토투레스. yang ninja meba chen yen le ya mete ba chen yen ji tim min jo che rani chang jawan de ten de ya la joni de so ten jin jawan jo xie bi jang na ne ane rang je ge ko pa to tu res tene tanda me ge cho la so ba te so pang bi to ne ane shao ju gi se ja ja ni je ta ane ni je chambo ane to ke bi ge sho ba je su pa chi tu du yu mo bo ye ta ke ma lang chambo ta se je ta yon so ma to wa ta se sen je ge de du ni sen je ge se je le chen mo to sang ji ji he he do je ba la mi ne sang ji ji nam chen le ye mi ne sang ji ba bi chen ba nam chen la mi ne ane lang li nang le je ba na shang shu sin bi ge ne sa tang pa le de shen ba tang chi tu re se then number tangche to che jang ba le sanje che ta njo ba song so se ata di ba te chi jue
La so gila. So so like therefore Geshe-la has mentioned in a previous teaching, he has mentioned here that therefore apply to each 10 actions of the four aspects of basis, attitude of performance, a culmination. This is illustrated in the following example of path of action of giving up killing. So the basis of giving up killing is another living being. The attitude is the seeing the false and killing false, desiring to give it up. The performance is activity of having correctly restrained yourself from killing, and the culmination is physical action of completing the correct restraint. Understand the other in this way as well. So in the terms of understand the other in this way as well, I've already translated about regarding each of these in the previous section. So I've already translated. Now we come with the concept of about in terms of effects of virtuous action. So what are the effects of the virtuous action? Here it is mentioned that there are three effects as similar to the that one non-virtuous effect. There are three effects also, which are fruitional, causally concordance, and environmental effect. So in terms of fruitional effect, there are three types, which is like small, medium, and great virtuous action. So a small is if you attain a small fruitional effect, you will reborn in as a human, and if you attain a fruitational effect of medium one, you will reborn. The medium one is a desire rim, one born a deity of the desire rim, and the virtuous action of the great virtuous action, one will born in a deity of two upper rims, which is a form and formless rims respectively. So here it is mentioned that you should also causally concurrent you should also take the causally concurrent and environment effect to the opposite of those non-virtuous action. So here it is mentioned that here it is Geshe-la has mentioned that okay, if if an individual able not to do the non-virtuous action, if one individual restraining themselves to, if the individual will properly restrain themselves from doing non-virtuous action, if you properly restrain them from the doing non-virtuous action, what will happen? It will happen that one will born either as a human or either as a human. Like mige wachu ge domba yapo sungna sutim de yapo sung ane kewa yapo tumna ane mira kewa digila sung ragila.
re re
Ane digala
ta ter sing do
sunga.
megi cho de da tsu chen de ya bo so ne gyawa dro na gyawa shu chwa te ke meshe ani gyawa shu den rin te ke de pi ki la she gyawa shu chen bo sha te ke zo khang da zo me ke la she re se
Okay. and Laskila. So the thing is like Angela di Kewa Shuk Chembu be Gimze the Kalan Samde Gombe to Kirela Sunregula
Jere,
Mira.
Mayu Iles, Konkumi Gita, Shenen Dal Hato Gani Gavashegura.
One day Kewa Chembu in the Gimze
Oh,
Kewa
thank you.
Chipura.
Jere.
Yes. Okay. So when it was saying that when you are talking about the like the one will if you one is able to like restraining them from doing non-virtuous restraining and doing only virtuous thing, then he will born in these three categories, either a human or deities of form for desired limb or deities of form of formless limb. So here it is say like in terms of like why it is called as a great virtuous, in terms like the others are called a medium and small, and why the like deities of the one born in a deities of the upper rim, like form and formless rim, why those the actions which lead to the taking birth in the upper rims deities is called as those action as a great virtuous action, is because here the person who like meditate, because to take birth in the to take born in those rim, one has to like do a meditation on these meditation on those upper levels, form and formless level stages meditation. So when you are doing meditation on these things like concentration, vipassana, and you have to do vipassana and analytical meditation in shamanta. So when you are doing shamanta and meditation and vipassana on these things, then the thing is like when you are doing these are considered as a virtuous action. So when you are doing this virtuous action is considered as a these the what are the karmic action you are creating is a unmovable or immovable karmic action, which is like karmic action which is non-transferable karmic action. That's why those karmic action are due to these karmic actions are very virtuous one, and it is like considered as immovable karmic action. That's why it is called as a great virtuous action. So it is called a great virtuous action due to that. So that why it is called like great virtuous action. So so here it is shown that, okay, kindly turn the page. So okay, so it is mentioned in the sutra. So 10 levels says like those who have cultivated these 10 virtuous action through through the fear of cyclic existence, or through the great compassion. Without great compassion, the following of the words of the others will achieve the fruit of sharvak. So it is said that if you are practicing the 10 if you are practicing the virtuous action, 10 virtuous action, and restraining yourself from 10 non-virtuous action, due to your fears towards the cyclic action, or due to your fear to the samsara, without carrying any compassionate thought, you will take birth, you will go and follow the path of the sharvaka. You will take path of the sharvaka. But those who are without those who are those individuals who practice those 10 non-virtuous, but who practice 10 virtuous deeds, and restraining them some 10 non-virtuous deeds, with the thought or with the practice on the 10, with the practice on dependent or arising action, through understanding the dependent arising, without having the concept of compassion, without carrying the concept of compassion or mercy towards like compassion towards other, then then they will go go and follow the path of Pateka Buddha. So it is say like when they have practiced when those who are without the great compassion on dependence on other, and who wish to become a Buddha themselves, and then they have to practice the 10 virtuous action through the understanding dependent arising, and they will achieve the state of Prateka Buddha. But when those who with the expensive attitude to cultivate these 10 thoughts, 10 these 10 through the great compassion and skillful means, great aspirational prayers, in no way abandoning any living beings, and focusing on extremely vast and sublime wisdom of the Buddha, they will achieve the level of Bodhisattva in all practitioners. So here it is mentioned that if an individual practicing in the if individual is practicing 10 non-virtuous 10 virtuous things, and restraining themselves from the 10 non-virtuous actions, with the thought of with the having the attitudes of compassion, or having great aspirational prayers, or and like focusing like extremely vast and sublime wisdom of Buddha, then they will like with the achieve they will get able to achieve or follow the path of bodhisattvas and all the 10 perfection. So through practicing this activity a great deal on all occasion, you will achieve all the qualities of Buddha. So like one achieve the qualities of the Buddha through these actions. Now, Gila Sasu.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Okay, the Taring Cobb, the Zamchi regular, the such a bit do Maradi, Nejujibi do the Suna Maragila. The Lelam Chusam, Jisam Seni, the
Oh,
Bujila.
tell higher.
The Paru to Chiba Tamji Dubola, the Gamba de Ragila.
Oh, tell. And there's that. Tell number touches on the Sanji Chutajin Ruba Sonso, Tibadmere.
And then that's okay. So here, okay, so so achieve all the call on the killing it could say. So today Gishla just said that we will it is the time is already over, so we will just end with this section. Through the practicing these activities a great deal on the all occasion, they will achieve all the qualities of the Buddha. So we will just complete. Thus, I have explained the two set of 10 past action along with these effect. So till that, we will just conclude our class today. Now, Gila Saso.
Yeah, Tejashura.
Yes. So we will conclude it.
Okay, so we now do the dedication. This ground is surrounded by perfume strewn with flowers, Mount Meru, four continents, sun and sun moon. Visualizing as a Buddha feel, our offer is that all beings may enjoy this pure and Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamiya Tayayami. Lord, knowing mountain paradise, you're the source of good and happiness. Powerful Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezi, may you stay until samsara ends. Praying for our teachers' perfect health, praying to our teachers' ages life, praying their looks will grow and spread. Bless me never to part from them. His merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, so that I may be able to bring all beings to the very enlightened state. May the precious Buddha mind, not yet born, arise and go. May that bond have no decline, but increase forevermore. Just as Blessed Buddhas the past are dedicated, just as Blessed Buddha presently existing is dedicating, just as Blessed Buddha the future will dedicate, must humbly learn, follow, and dedicate likewise. Regions where the supreme precious Dhamma has not spread, where it spread but then decline, may Lamrim pleasure, happiness, and benefit of a mind deeply moved by great compassion. May millions who only sees here remember, touches, or talks to me, be free in that very instant from all suffering and abide in happiness forever. For as long as space endure, and for as long as living beings remain, until then may I too abide to dispel the misery of the world. May I be a protector without one, a guide for all travelers on the way. May I be a bridge, a boat, and a ship for all who wish to cross the waters. O venerable, compassionate Gurus, receive our blessings, overcoming depths, obstacles, and suffering of mothers and means. May thou accepting ripen upon us right now. Give happiness and virtues, the and bless all beings in bliss. Okay, over to Geshe-la now.
Gila now. Yes.
Oh, da yin, liu nga ye song long shi, du su ge so che, ri chen men zhe sang bo ge song che bi co, lo ye la nian, lama yin dang, gyun chou song lang bi, tu je wang ge yin, da la xin jia la do zhe dang go ra la men zhe, ne ya da ya me, ten la ji zhe lama tu je je ma chung zhe yi di li dong, ma li da 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 la mi pa da da ge den yin, ro ge de da dan ba xin jia lo, ten la ji zhe lama tu je je, ma chung zhe yi di li dong, ma li da 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 la mi pa da da ge den yin, 로게 대단한 것은 저도 대단히 저도 투지 좀 맞은 이들이도 말에다다 다람이 받다게 돼요. 로게 대단한 바 신저로 파마센제 타지 대도 된쟁연로 타지 떠도 상주 삼바관의 수주바 대다 괜찮나 로조지 강저에 있고 이거도 편하다고 말이 시래상 된지 자체 샤베세데 된조지 상주 선조는 뭐 마셔반의 샤베는 권에 권도 배워서 담발라는 매비 담바된 지원대라 라미티 교환되는 거 현에 담반지 조롱고 오야
So Gila Tujida.
오야
Yes. Okay. So
Hey, thank you, Geshe-la.
yeah, Gishla already left. So
Oh, okay.
thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Geshe-la.